Did you know that there are 35 national parks in the Philippines? And one of which is located here in the islands of Eastern Visayas. And this is the MacArthur Landing Memorial National Park, which is located here in Palo, Leyte. And now, we're gonna take you on a tour to this park and know its history. Tara, samahan nyo kami!
From downtown Tacloban City, we hopped on a 30-minute Campetic-bound multi-cab ride going to Palo, Leyte. Since the park is not situated along the highway where such cabs pass by, we needed to ride off across a school and rode a tricycle going to Baras, in which the park is located.
Naupay nga adlaw ay iyong atanan! Welcome to MacArthur Landing Memorial National Park! MacArthur's Landing Memorial National Park is located at the eastern side of the Central Philippines. The national park encompasses 0.67 square kilometers, making it as one of the smallest national parks in the world.
The park is outside of the traditional natural world national park box. However, its cultural and historical significance earns it a respectable place in the world's national park system.
On October 20, 1944, General Douglas MacArthur landed at this spot to liberate the Philippines from the Japanese during World War II.
The park has preserved the said to be footprints of General Douglas MacArthur, who was said to have waded in knee-deep waters as his craft grounded to a halt due to the shallow sea.
This historic landing served as what would be the most devastating naval battle during World War, with most loss of ships across all fleets. Hence, it was the greatest and largest naval battle of that war.
The landing in Leyte by the armed forces, however, was not merely a symbolic act towards liberation. It was a manifestation of a united effort by both forces to free this nation.
The primary feature of this park is the iconic bronze statues that are double the size of a regular person.
There are 7 bronze statues representing the leaders who made the walk onto the beach that day.
The 7 statues are General Douglas MacArthur, President Sergio Osmeña, Lieutenant General Richard Sutherland, Brigadier General Carlos P. Romulo, Major General Courtney Whitley, Sergeant Francisco Salveron, and CBS radio correspondent William J. Dunn.
We immediately proceeded to the view deck where the information desk is available. Photographs of the said landing were presented in an exhibit-like gallery where it also gave details about the people who were involved in the said landing. The gallery also featured some of the tourist spots all around Leyte province that promotes the tourism department. This guide could also help the tourists in exploring more on what Leyte has to offer. As our tour continued amidst the scorching heat of the sun, we have learned so much about its history. We even had our first impression of the park as a huge park than the rest of the parks we went to, only to realize that it is one of the smallest national parks in the world. It was formerly named Imelda Park after former First Lady Imelda Romualdez Marcos, who hails from Leyte province. The statues were designed by sculptor Anastasio Caedo and inaugurated during the 37th anniversary of A-Day in 1981. The statues mark the spot where MacArthur fulfilled his promise of his famous declaration, where I bet everybody knows, "I shall return." This tour has been a life-changing experience, especially for us students who seek for the truth and the information regarding on why there were statues built. Back when we were elementary students, we could only see these statues in the history books, and years later, here we are, making history of setting our foot onto this historic place while delivering to this generation what it looks like and why it was built. I hope you learned about the place just like we did. And indeed, we should never forget history. Once again, maupay nga adlaw ha iyo nga tanan, ngandamo nga salamat.